2 players, please, Bob.
Oh,
So,
great.
this is Mystery Arcade, Series 2, Episode 2, 1991, the year is. And this is Street Fighter 2, The World Warrior. Pick your
What have they
character.
done to the world map?
Pick your character.
I can only be one.
No, you can't.
What am I looking at?
Right, well, let's start fighting and then we'll explain what's going on. Because I
Ken?
wanted to get on with it. So,
Right,
Initial impressions.
Whoa. Let me just figure out. So that's kick, that's punch.
I want you to remember the original Street Fighter that we played.
Right.
How much smoother, how different is this?
Very different.
Already. Whoa, that's a good start. Flipping hell. Calm down.
Ha!
Something else as well. Can actually do the
Oh.
moves this time. Yeah. But I won't do any of them because that's mean.
So this is 1991.
This is 1991. Flipping hell. Are you some closet Street Fighter master or something?
I'm just pressing buttons.
Okay, so much for not doing the
Ken wins!
not doing the moves. Thank you very much. I think I'll be doing those.
That
Yes.
was entirely... I don't know what I'm doing. Why is my shadow green?
Because the floor's green, wise guy. I have to say the
This
moves are
is-
quite difficult to do with the stick.
This is hard. What's with them elephants?
They're loud, aren't they? Ah! You are trouncing me. This is amazing.
Yay! I win again.
Okay.
When was the first one released again? 1987.
1987. I'm going to rejoin. I'm going to pick a different character. Because what this did, amazingly, was to have more than one character you could play as.
Yowza.
I'm going to be Zangief.
I'm going to stick with Ken.
Okay, well you
Seems to
can't
be.
change. You can't change until I beat you, basically. I don't know how to use Zangief either, so you can have a really easy time with it. And
I'm
pretty
guessing
sure-
red is how
Eh?
damaged you are.
Yes. Red is how much damage you've taken. Alright, you're going to do that, are you? You're going to turtle. Now, the graphics are massively improved. This is probably the best looking game we've had in terms of graphical fidelity, in terms of size of sprites. Finally beat him with Zangief. Fantastic. In terms of the background, you'll notice there's parallax scrolling. There's
Yeah,
an almost 3D effect on the floor as well.
yeah, it's all very beautiful.
It's a fantastic looking game, and it plays really well as well. It's very smooth. That's what you get for messing with the big angry Russians.
I don't know why I keep ducking.
Because you keep pressing down on the stick.
Why did I just throw up?
Because I just punched you in the stomach. The music as well. We've got
Yeah,
some
yeah, it's
more
all-
improved music.
it's
You're
all
not looking
happening.
very well. You got to pick a new character. Ken's dead.
He's dead.
Pick. No, he's not dead, but you can still play as him if you want. But pick a new character.
Honda.
Ryu and Ken are the same as they were in the first game.
I'm going to be Honda.
Be Honda.
Honda Civic.
We're still with the elephants. I think this stage doesn't change until you start a new game, basically.
No, I have to...
Right,
I've got different
I'll tell you a
control.
move for Honda. If you keep tapping the punch button,
Which
I
one's
did
the
not
punch
mean to.
button?
I mean, I did mean to do that. Maybe a different punch button. That one. Keep
Yeah.
tapping it. Ah, there you are. You see, that's called the 1,000-hand slap. It's actually quite difficult to talk about this game while you're playing it.
It's very difficult to play it, let alone talk about it. I've no idea what I'm doing. I'm just pressing buttons and hoping for the best.
Well, this is what you had to do.
So I'm guessing there would have been a joystick and and some buttons.
Joystick and 6 buttons.
6 buttons.
6 buttons you had. So, stop chopping me. Alright, we're doing that, are we? Okay.
Kirk who?
The problem is that the only character I know how to play on this version is Ryu, so...
Do they all have different...
They all have different moves, they all have different hitboxes, and they all do different amounts of damage. So, for example, well, and that's one of the major things that this game did. Because all fighting games up until this point, you had one character you could play as we've seen in the original Street Fighter.
This is where things got different.
This is where things got different because you could pick different characters and they all work differently. So Honda and Zangief, they're better at throwing. So they've got a load of moves based around throwing people. You've seen Zangief chucking people around. Honda's got his 1,000-hand slap. Ryu and Ken are both your sort of standard karate fighters.
So there really was a strategy in this that you had to go with.
You had to learn your characters.
Yeah.
I'm going to play as Guile because he's got a different tactic again. He's all about hiding in a corner and not doing anything until the opportune moment.
Right.
Which is great. So all you really need to do is go backwards and then come on Guile, get it together. There we go.
You just throw bananas at me.
There is also a kick you can do and I'm not sure how to do it. In fact, I don't play Guile very often, as you can probably tell.
But you've played this obviously a lot more than I have.
And yet you're beating me. Because I only play as Ryu. Wow. So, you can also probably tell that Guile's kind of based on Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes.
And in fact, he was played by Jean-Claude Van Damme in the film of this game. A little bit of trivia for you.
I did not know they made a film.
They made a film. They made 2 films. One of them was anime and was a lot better than the live-action version. The Hug of Death. This is not good for me. Right, let's see if I can do the stinking move. Come on, Guile. Sonic Boom. Honestly, he's just pressing buttons and somehow managing to do the moves. Yeah, Sonic Boom. Wow. I would not want to get hit by that.
Yeah! 1,000 Fists of Death.
Okay. I will just play as one more character before we move on.
Okay. Can we go somewhere else? I'm fed up with them elephants.
Pick a character, please.
Which was the first?
Pick Dhalsim. Pick Dhalsim. Trust me.
I don't want to pick him.
Pick him.
I wanted to go with...
I think we're back with the elephants.
So we've gone from Karate Champ, which was very simple. 2 guys, limited moves. What the heck was that? Quite slow. And we went through Street Fighter, where you had basic kind of scenery, some moves, some different things.
That introduced the special moves.
I am Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, that's why I wanted you to pick Dhalsim, because he's hilarious. I have no idea how to do Blanca's moves, but he is hilarious as well.
And now obviously we're getting a bit more advanced.
We're getting a bit more advanced because we've got more characters. This also introduced the combo system, which was a mistake in programming.
What do you mean?
Meaning that when you do a move, at a certain point during the move, you can actually cancel it out and start doing a different move as well. Much like the BXB thing in Halo 2, if you remember that, where you could just flail your arms around and do loads of melee attacks. Kind of like that, and it was a programming mistake that they didn't mean to do, but discovered that gamers were really into it and enjoyed using it.
Okay.
So, that's the arcade version of Street Fighter 2: The World Warrior.
Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about strategy here. My strategy, because I don't know anything about these characters or anything, is just to press buttons and try and get as close to you as I can.
Yeah, and it's working very well for him because I don't know how to control these characters.
I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm just going... I'm pressing this button. I know how to jump, but I don't know how to do anything while I jump. So, that's my strategy. So let's see if the other ones, I can have a different strategy. Let's do a little experiment.
Now, I want you, before we start, I want you to just remember, in the arcade, stick 6 buttons.
Yeah.
Most computers, 1 stick, 1 button.
Right. Thanks, Mad Matt.
Yeah. So this is our Amiga version of Street Fighter 2, The World Warrior. Now, Street Fighter 2 was huge when it came out. It was in every arcade, and because it wasn't quite as ungainly as Outrun's cabinet, everywhere could have it.
Yes.
So you didn't have to run for miles to get to Street Fighter 2.
It was just everywhere.
It was everywhere. It was ubiquitous. And so every home computer and every console had to have a version of Street Fighter. Everything. Do continue.
Back in the day, I thought you'd finished.
Yeah.
The arcade would have advertised Street Fighter 2 is coming, and then had a big opening day, and the arcade would have been wheeled in
Possibly. I'm not entirely sure on that front.
Okay.
That's what happened in Wreck-It Ralph, though, isn't it?
I don't know.
Well, there would have been flyers everywhere, and on the opening day, arcades would have been packed.
Yeah.
You would have had your cabinet and coins, little coins on the screen, where everybody would put, I'm going next, I'm going next. People playing against each other, trying out all the characters.
Mm-hmm.
So you had a lot of buzz around this game. So naturally, everybody wanted a piece of that pie, including US Gold, who wanted to make the home version. Let's try it out.
Yes.
Can we have 2 players? 1 player or 2 players? Right, control option. Whoa, 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 whoa,
The
what's
map
going on?
is still strange. Why is the map like that?
What's happening? Right, okay. Oh, right, I see. So, hang on, do you go up and down or left and right? What do you do? Oh, it looks like you're on the keyboard then.
Nope.
No? Yes, you are.
Am I?
Oh, right, here we go. Ah, right, I think I know what's happening. No, I don't know what's happening. At all. In any way, shape or form. I think I'm going to have a really hard time controlling this, but quite frankly, it's not looking terribly promising. Alt, Alt, Alt. Ah, which stage are we going to pick?
Japan!
Okay,
My
that's
home.
the only one I can get to, so... Right.
Eric Honda.
Oh my goodness. It's actually Edmund.
Edmund.
Edmund Honda. Okay, this one... Why are you pressing different buttons when you know that it's Alt, and I told you explicitly that there's only 1 button?
But I can press Alt and do that, and Shift and do that.
Oh, you can you? Well, I can't. Oh, I get 2 buttons as well. What is going on? Why do
But I
I
can only press those 2. Ha! This is going to be very loud.
Oh dear.
This is a lot slower than the other,
This is not fun.
and it doesn't look...
Do you have the moves? I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
Well, you've got your move, because yours is easy to pull off. You just have to keep tapping the button.
Destroy!
Dear. Man.
I'm brutal. Yes, sir! It looks very good. It looks...
Does it look good?
Well, it looks close.
I just want you to watch what happens when I punch and tell me if it still looks good.
Go on then.
The music's awful.
Yeah, the music's awful.
Watch his feet. That's what we call misalignment. Come here.
Yeah, but... It's not awful.
I think it is. I would not be impressed by this if I brought this home.
I'm taking the Amiga was a lot more powerful than this.
The Amiga could do a lot better.
Could it do the arcade quality though?
Yes, because there was a game called Fighting Spirit on the Amiga which was incredibly good. Well, in terms of being a really good fighting game. Maybe not the best fighting game in the world, but a lot more capable than this, and it showed what the Amiga could do in terms of fighting games. No! Let go of me.
Well,
But
the
I'm going to try my best to do a move here.
the special attack is still there. Go on then.
Ah! I can do
Well,
it.
you know,
I can do that one as well, sort of. It's very difficult to pull off though, very, very difficult. Also, I seem to get stunned every flipping hit.
I don't know. You say you don't like it, but
I'm not fond.
If I, having played the arcade version, if this was brought home, I wouldn't be that disappointed.
Okay.
It's not awful. It's not.
I don't know, but
It's not DOS Frogger awful.
no, that was many, many years ago.
Don't matter. It's still the comparison is not awful.
No,
the
I
characters-
get you there.
The
but
characters look like the characters. They play like the characters.
The draw that I'm going to pick a different character.
Okay, I'm gonna stick with the same one. Oh no,
No, pick a different one.
Let's pick.
Pick Chun-Li because we haven't seen her yet. It's also the only female in the game.
A female.
I know. It's incredible, isn't it? Can I pick a different stage, please? Let's go Brazil. We also seem to only have one music track. God, Guile does not look happy. Oh no, it's changed. Yeah. The thing is, because I know what the Amiga's capable of, and gamers at the time would have also known what the Amiga was capable of. The moves are there, I have to admit, the moves are there, so it could be worse. Oh, it could be worse. But being able to do the moves, I mean, as far as I can tell, I don't have much choice in which move I do. I can do the punch, and whichever button I press, it only punches. I'm safe. Get away from me. You wench. Let's finish off with a Sonic Battle.
Oh.
Yeah!
I don't know. You can play it. You can play it. It's serviceable. It's not the best.
Serviceable.
Yeah, it's not awful. It's not. There's a giant snake on that tree.
Oh yeah. This is Brazil for you. Okay, well I think we've seen all we need to see of that.
Come on, you girl beating.
Yeah, you attacked me first.
Misogynist.
I'm just defending myself.
Defending yourself. Look, I'm a helpless.
You're the one who's calling her helpless.
Scantily dressed.
Who's misogynist now?
Badly pixelated. I want to
She's
see
not,
my
she's
special
not the
kick.
most...
Can I just see what this special kick does?
Go on then.
I
It's
can't get
basically the
close
same
enough.
as the
I can't get
1,000.
close enough to do it.
No.
Yeah, it's same as that.
Yeah, you think that's scanty. You ain't seen nothing yet. But that's...
Look, they've got resting animations.
Yeah, to an extent. I just know that the Amiga was capable of a lot more, and at the time, kids would have known as well.
I suppose I haven't seen much of it.
No.
So you know better than me.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so we've seen the Amiga version.
Yeah.
Amiga.
It's time for our next version.
Okay. I hope this is going to be what I think it's going to be. It is.
I have been looking forward to playing this version for some time.
DOS. Mind you, DOS has been getting better. If anyone's seen our... Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
If anyone's seen our
was
Christmas
good.
special, they'll have noticed that the DOS game was not bad.
It wasn't bad at all.
And
We
the-
didn't play a DOS game. Oh, no. With
See,
Guy Roads, yes.
And the DOS version of Outrigger was...
Oh, my goodness. Are you going to get this name right, ever?
It was pretty...
Outrun.
Outrun was not bad, was it?
It wasn't bad, no. It was pretty good. What about the DOS version of Street Fighter? Do you
Winners
remember
don't
that?
use drugs.
That was what they had on the original arcade cabinet as well, because it was a big thing.
Yeah, I suppose.
So we can see the menus look okay. We'll just skip that because we want to actually...
Right, can we just do a little bit of context first?
Go on.
So DOS has been around since forever.
Yeah, DOS has been around since the very early days.
It was designed for business, but games did start to appear on it, starting with Pac-Man and Frogger and all that lot.
Well, we had a lot of text adventures before that because that's kind of all it was capable of. But
Right.
then they started to get wise to how they could use the graphics interfaces to actually make cool
And then
games.
all of a sudden, it's become this.
Yeah, well, we've got brand new cards. Well, we've got VGA and EGA cards coming in all the time. We've got new stuff happening. So, your average IBM compatible was going to be a lot more capable than it was back in the 80s. Because back in the 80s it was IBM, International Business Machines. But now that we've got more home computers coming in, they sort of saw the potential of the home market.
So, the Amiga is a home computer.
Yeah.
And it was designed...
Well, there were two different variants of the Amiga, but getting into that is going to take us forever.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about the differences
Yeah.
between that and this. Obviously, because this is much older, and he's trying to keep up with modern trends, whereas the Amiga is a new machine.
Yeah.
So to have seen what the Amiga was producing compared to this, I'm more impressed by this.
We haven't got into the game yet.
I know.
So, it may look very impressive, but can the game stand up?
Okay.
Let's have a versus battle and find out. Good. I will type that in, thank you. Right, select your player. What are your controls, first of all?
Take it it's not controller.
No. Yeah, just do that. Work it out as we go. I think I'm being Ken.
So I'm on here now.
Right, it's loading from the floppy disk, so...
I can't hear you, I must turn this down a bit. Music's okay, I suppose.
Music hasn't changed at all. Ah, right, hold on. Come on, Ken, get it together. Yeah, it would appear that you've only got the one.
And it does two things.
Oh, I mean, it looks the part, I have to say. It really does look the part. How does it play, though, since you're the only one who seems to be able to play it? I'm annoyed by the music.
Yeah, and the music's doing it.
The music, there's only 2 music tracks. The idle animations, what? Poor E Honda, it looks like he's...
It's
What?
it's a bit sluggish. It doesn't quite...
The jumping doesn't look very well.
This doesn't seem to do much until you get close. But then, I don't know, it's not awful.
Ah! I worked out how to go backwards and forwards, everybody. Yeah.
It's detailed. It does feel a bit sluggish though.
Yeah.
A little not very responsive.
I'm not impressed by this.
You have a go.
Well, no, I think I've worked out the controls now.
Alright, okay.
Yay! I've worked it out. I'm going to be Ryu.
Let me try... No, I can't do it.
No, you can't because you beat me. Much
Oh,
like in
yes,
the
of course.
arcade
Yes,
version.
yes. I recall.
This is the most awkward control scheme I've ever seen. Except for the one in Frogger. That was pretty bad. Wow, he jumps like he jumps like a Spartan.
Spartan 2.
Yeah. You've got your 1,000-hand slap, haven't you?
Yeah.
I
There it
don't
is.
know if I'm going to be able to pull off a Hadouken with this. These controls are so bad.
Belly flop.
Yeah. You did a Crash Bandicoot on me.
Yes, but the fact that we couldn't find the controls shouldn't detract from our...
No, this is true. But that doesn't make these controls any better.
Yeah, but the controls could be something else, couldn't they? It is much slower.
Yeah,
Much more
it doesn't seem like you have a whole lot of...
I'm dead.
Now, is this better or worse than the Amiga version? I managed to
The
beat you just
Amiga
by
version
kicking.
was faster.
It was faster. Oh, yeah, the moving about is just not good. It's like you're walking on
I
like
think
tar or something, or ice.
this looks better than the Amiga version, but it doesn't play better.
No. It's like Street Fighter 2 Treacle Edition.
Yes. Yeah. So DOS is almost there, I will say.
Yeah. We're getting closer and closer. I just think that it would be a lot more capable, and we can see the graphics are. We can see the graphics are there, but
Oh, the graphics are lovely.
the graphics are great. It's just that they got a bit lazy with actually programming the game, because I feel as if they wanted to just get it out there,
Yeah.
get on with it, while the Street Fighter 2 hype was big.
Yeah. I mean, I'll start this one up.
Thank you. Now, something that I want to mention, because this is cheating a little bit, but it's the only copy I have, so bear with me on this. Street Fighter 2 was so popular that they kept making new versions of it, and they kept changing it and chopping it and adding new stuff, changing the graphics. As you can see, they've got different
Bios
portraits
as well.
and stuff, bios. And this is the Super Nintendo version. Come on, skip the demo. Right, so I'll play it as normal. I did actually have a quick go at the original Street Fighter 2 on SNES, and it is basically the same as far as I can tell. I just wanted to explain the lineage of Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
Because it had a good innings. Let's just put it that way. So pick your character, please. We've got 4 new characters to play as.
Whoa.
Let me explain. I'm being Sagat, get away. Who are you gonna
Vega. Balrog. What is this new devilry? I'm definitely going to be a Balrog.
be? Okay, where are we going to be?
You should be Glorfindel. I'd have no chance.
Oops. I was trying to pick the stage and I couldn't, so we're here.
I'm basically Wolverine.
Right. So, first of all, this
Whoa.
this
Let me
is
figure out
the hyper fighting version of Street Fighter 2, which brought along all the 4 boss characters as playable characters, which is very exciting because
so there were bosses in Street
there were
Fighter
bosses
2.
in Street Fighter 2 that you couldn't play as until now, basically, until the later versions came along. Now that I'm Sagat, I'm just destroying you.
Yeah.
Because this is the character I know how to play. I think you can do some crazy jumps and stuff, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not sure how you do them. Maybe it's charge or something, I don't know. Anyway, so already we can see that, and like I say, this is basically the same as the original Street Fighter 2 on SNES, just with some added bits of stuff.
Having
So, go on.
a controller meant for the console is much better.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a luxury that we don't often get on this channel.
That's what I'm very excited about this.
Okay.
Come on, let me choose my other character.
Yeah, you're going to go with E Honda.
Yeah.
Right. Right, let's try and pick a different stage this time. There we go. Let's go on one we haven't seen yet. Guile stage.
USA!
USA! Top Gun!
We're in Vietnam.
Get away from me, you. Now I can actually do fireballs and stuff. I'm sorted. Get away!
Yeah! E Honda!
So what are you thinking of this version?
This is awesome.
It's a lot better, isn't it? Is it? It's a lot better than the previous versions we've seen.
Yeah.
And it is a contemporary version as well. So this is...
My only issue, it feels like it's cheating a little bit.
Go on. Because it's a later version.
No, because it's clearly a more powerful version.
It's no,
on
it
a
wasn't.
console.
It wasn't more powerful at all.
No?
It was just more competently made, better programmed by people who knew what they were doing. Oh, I was going to throw you then. You tricked me.
Yeah! Haha!
No!
Yes!
Oh.
I'm much better at this.
Probably because you got an actual proper controller in your hand.
Yeah, I do like this version.
I'm going to play as one of the original characters just so it's fair
Okay.
for the comparison.
I can't change, can I?
No, don't believe so.
I could play this.
Let's go back to our old friend Rio.
Okay. He's gone blue.
He's gone blue.
I could change.
Oh well, too late.
That feature has gone then.
Let's have Balrog stage.
Balrog.
What are you expecting? Spain?
A cage.
Yeah, because Balrog is a cage fighter.
Why are there Japanese people behind?
No, they're not. Where? Where are these Japanese
Maybe
people?
two purple ladies there.
The flamenco dancers, you mean?
Oh.
Those Japanese flamenco dancers. Well done. Somehow I'm standing a much better chance here, but E Honda does so much damage with his slap. Good grief, I've got to keep my distance.
Oh.
There we go. I'm trying desperately to remember what my point was. I had a point ages ago and I can't remember what it was.
The background's also moving, which is new.
Yeah. This is almost exactly the same as the arcade version, in fact. Which kind of goes to show what... I mean, the thing is, the PC version and, well, the computer versions were sort of developed by a third party, whereas I believe this one was actually brought out by Capcom themselves and officially sanctioned. The other ones were licensed, of course.
Yes, yes.
But they were developed by different people.
But this one is actually by the dudes.
These ones have got some production value behind them.
Mm.
So you can tell the proof is in the game. Yeah. So very impressive. And I honestly believe that the systems would have been capable of doing this. And actually, when they brought out the hyper fighting versions for Amiga and DOS, they were much more comparable to the arcade version, which basically says to me they just rushed out the first versions.
Yeah.
So I'll have one more fight.
Yeah.
We're both going to be... I'm going to be M. Bison because I used to play as him quite a lot.
I'm going to be Dhalsim because I want to see his stretch abilities.
Where we're going to go? I think we should go...
Tyler.
Let's go... Okay, Sagat. Let's go Sagat stage. He's got cool music. He fights in front of a Buddha. Are you noticing, by the way, still not many streets?
Yes.
Oh, come on. Yeah,
This guy's just a boxer.
he is, which means he can't kick. And finish. Oh, come on.
No.
I was trying to finish it with a nice special move, but no.
No. Hooray!
By the way, if you another little bit of history for you.
Go on.
He's called M. Bison, isn't he? Can you guess who he might be based off, by any chance?
Senator Mike Tyson.
Yeah, Iron Mike, and it was called M. Bison, but they had to change it in the US.
Of course.
Because they were worried that Mike Tyson was going to file a lawsuit for using his name and likeness, or a close proximity thereof. Or approximation, rather.
This stretchy dude's crapping this.
It's because they've tweaked it so that the damage is a bit more balanced, basically.
Damage? I wasn't doing any damage.
Yeah, so in the US, rather than the... I'll just go through them. Rather than the bosses being called M. Bison, Balrog and Vega, they were called Balrog, Vega and M. Bison. So they swapped them around a bit.
Confusing.
Yeah, I know.
Balrog.
Do you want to try and be Vega? Because I think he's sort of the captain, isn't he? I'm going to try be Blanca again, see if I can work out his moves this time. On something where I can actually do his moves. And let's do Vega's stage, why not? Thailand!
Right, wait.
Go on. So he's got the psycho power. He's the final boss as well, so... I believe he's got a charge move, so if you hold back and then maybe press kick, it does some sort of move. My god. Get away from me. Come on, Blanca. Do your flipping... I was trying to do the roll. I have to say it's tricky to do the sort of moves on a D-pad when one of your punches is on the shoulder button, so it's tricky to control.
I don't know.
I'm finding it's wearing out my thumb quite a bit.
I didn't seem to do a lot of damage.
You took off half my health with a few punches. Oh, I nearly did it then, but you punched me out of the air. Oh, get away from me! Leave me alone! Right, here we go. You're so fast! Come on. Come on! Do the damn move, you stupid... You filthy animal!
See, I'm not taking off any damage.
It's because you're doing the really light little punch. When you do the heavier punches on your shoulder buttons, you do a lot more damage.
Oh, I can use
like
them
that.
as well?
Yes, I've just said that. That's why they're there.
Oh, I didn't know I could use those.
Well, anyway, I think we've seen all we need to see of Street Fighter 2.
I'm impressed by that version.
Did you enjoy... Well, hang on. Let's have a recap of what we've seen.
Okay.
What did you think of Street Fighter 2? Now that you've played it, you've traditionally avoided playing fighting games and you've not really thought much of them. So what do you think now that you've actually played one?
It was okay. I probably wouldn't play one again. I can see the appeal, but it's not my kind of thing. I like the strategy element of it, having to choose people who can do certain things.
Well, it's thinking on your feet, isn't it?
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it is just pressing that button more than the other guy.
Well...
Whereas with some other games, there's a bit more thought in there.
I don't know, once you know how to use the moves and use them effectively, I mean, if with Sagat or Ryu, I could just sit in the corner and throw fireballs at you and you wouldn't be able to do anything about it if you were playing as, say, E Honda.
Yeah, but with Honda, all I had to do was get close to you and mash that button until he did his...
And all I needed to do was get far away from you and
Yeah.
just keep chucking fireballs at you like Guile is now.
So it doesn't seem very fair to me.
Well, it is fair because it's about finding the strategy that works for your character and then making sure you can do that strategy. So every character's kind of balanced in a way, really.
That's what I'm saying.
Now that Honda's close to Guile here, he's just taking chunks off him.
That's what I'm saying. As soon as I can press those buttons, that's it. I'm good.
But I can keep my distance by... Because Sagat has quite a long punch, so he can get you away and then keep throwing fireballs.
Look, you asked me what I thought. This is what I thought. It was not very good.
Ooh!
I'm not keen on fighting games.
Okay, fair enough. So, what about the different versions then? Let's have some ratings from you.
Okay, arcade version.
9 out of 10. 9.5. No, 9 out of 10 because they've made some improvements later. So, for the original, 9 out of 10 from me.
Yeah,
You've got to be
it
honest,
was
come on.
better than the original. I like the lineage going from Karate Champ to this, but I'm not going to give it a 9. I'm going to give it 7.5.
Okay.
Just because I did feel like all I was doing was just walking around hitting buttons all the time.
Fair enough.
But it was still quite good.
Yeah. So
No, let's revise it. Let's say 8.
Okay, 9 and 8. I can work with that. What about the Amiga version? 2. Because we've seen from this that we've seen that the Amiga's more capable. we've seen from the later versions that we played that it could have been done,
Yeah.
and we, looking back, know that when they did release the later version for Amiga, it was
Much
above
better.
and beyond
Yeah. Okay, 2.
the dross that they'd put on initially. So a 2 out of 10 from me.
2.
What about the DOS version?
Sorry, I've just seen his face. The DOS version, yeah, it was pretty good. It looked nice, but it was very sluggish. So, it was better than the Amiga version. 4.
3 from me.
4 from me, because it looks better.
And finally, the Super Nintendo version.
I thought that was the best version. It was better than the arcade version.
Better than the
in
arcade
my
version.
opinion, so I'm going to say 8.5.
I'm
Because
going
there
to
were
stick with my...
More characters. And
Well, you can't really add that as a point because that was a later revision. So, forgetting the new characters, as I've explained,
Fine, 8.5.
8.5. I'm going to stick with my 9 because it is almost the same as the arcade version. For me, for my money, I would like, as if I was a kid in 1992, I'd be over the moon with that. Look, Ken's fighting his inner demons here.
Yeah, I thought that was better because the backgrounds were moving.
They moved in the original.
It was better. Better. It was better than the original.
Right. Okie doke then. So that wraps up Street Fighter 2, the World
Although,
Warrior.
I
Go
don't
on.
think it looked as good as the DOS version.
No, but the thing is, they kind of knew the limitations.
Yeah.
So they made the sprites smaller because the screen wasn't as big. You see? They knew what they were developing for, and they actually made a proper game of it
Yes. And I enjoyed playing it on the actual...
on the actual console itself.
Yeah.
Don't expect to see much more of that, unfortunately.
No, that's a shame.
Right. So that concludes Street Fighter 2: The World Warrior.
Street Fighter 2!
And with that bombshell, we'll see you for the next one. Ta-ta!
Bye-bye!